Champion senior shortstop and future YSU Penguin, Bella Meyer. Bella, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
You got it. Let's talk about this senior season. We've talked to you a handful of times leading up to this year, and it's all been about champion softball. But here you are in your last year. What's it been like handling the emotions of senior year and realizing that this is your last go around?
Yeah, it's definitely sad. I mean, it's happy. I mean, I've had a big change in all 4 years. I've experienced so much. I'm just gonna try to have fun my senior year and hopefully go out with a bang.
Now, when you think of the ability to just kind of take in your senior year, have you been able to stop and reflect and try to just treasure the memories you've had with champion softball?
Yeah, I definitely have. I mean, I've gone through a lot of teammates once I graduated, once I come up. I've been with Coach Weaver and Coach Carp all 4 years. I've been able to play with Addie and Gabby. I mean, it's been a fun ride. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else, really.
Yeah, and when you also think about being a senior leader this year, and obviously setting up next year's leaders with what they have to have for being a senior leader, what have you seen so far in just your ability to lead and how it's grown over the last 4 years?
Yeah, I think when I was a freshman, I had really good role models, and I knew I wanted to be just like that. Try to just keep like a good attitude and show that others that like it's honestly just a sport. There's nothing really to get too bad down on yourself. We have others to lean on and kind of just to have fun with it.
We've had some of your other teammates on to talk already, and they both talked about the regional final last year and how much that made them hungry for this year. From your perspective as a senior, this being your last chance, how much did that game? How much are you hungry to try to get right back to that regional final and hopefully take that next step into state this year?
Yeah, I mean, I know probably everyone on the team wants to get back there and maybe even get to states. I think we don't want to look too far ahead and kind of just like focus on like step by step. But definitely after losing that tough game, we definitely want to try and get back there and hopefully get to state.
Do you think having that goal that's way down the line has made it easier to push through some of the days where maybe you don't feel like practicing or you're just not in the mood for it and you're like, hey, you know what? We were this close last year. If we do this extra work here today, we're gonna push through this time.
Yeah, it kind of gives us more drive. I think due on those like hard days, we know it will all be worth it at the end, and like whatever happens, happens. But it's definitely something to look forward to in the future.
If you are lucky enough to get back to that game and find yourself in the same situation, what lessons do you think last year's game taught you that you'll be leaning on in that game so you can, try to make the result a little bit different?
Definitely not to get too comfortable where you're at. I know that like the game was close and we had a lead, and then that last inning kind of fell apart. I think kind of just we all need to stay on the same page and kind of work together as a team. Kind of just keep like the spirits and emotions up in the dugout and all that, and kind of just to keep pushing because you never like it could happen in just one pitch.
So we're talking about your senior year in softball. Let's also talk about senior year in the classroom and what it's been like to try to truck through obviously those last couple months where I know it can get kind of hard during senior year to find the motivation still in the classroom. What's that been like for you?
The senioritis has definitely been there. Um, I mean, kind of just enjoying it with my friends and like my teachers, and kind of just having fun with it. I mean, I'm gonna miss it one day, and kind of just living in the moment.
I know some seniors get that like where almost all their credits are taken care of by that last couple of semesters. So I don't want to say they can take it easy, but there's not as much pressure the last few months. Is that you? Are you set up, or you still have a couple of tough things to get done before you graduated champion?
I'm taking probably one hard class. I have like the rest of my credits, so the rest of like my classes are kind of just like fill-in classes, so they're not
Mhm.
hard at all.
When you think about the ways that the champion school system has impacted your journey, probably as an athlete, what kind of ways do you think being in the school system at Champion has made you the athlete and the person that you are today?
Yeah, everyone like the administration and everyone at Champion is very encouraging. They want you to do your best. So they push you and try to get you like to go farther than you would like push yourself. So I think that's a really good thing that we have here. They obviously want us to see us succeed as like an athlete and person.
Earlier this year, you guys held your second straight youth camp, and really getting to know the youth softball players at Champion. That's always been important to this program, and it's why it's been so good for so long. What does it mean to you to be able to give back to the future of the program and to be able to work with the youth of Champion that's looking up to you and wanting to be in your shoes when they get older?
I mean, I've been in that spot. I remember when I was like a little girl watching Champion play and going to their games. And I remember a memory that me, Coach Weaver, and Megan Turner were walking on the track right after they won state. And Megan was telling Weaver how I'm going to come up one day and play for her. And I just think it's so nice to like do stuff for the youth because they are so excited and they love champion softball, and we get to like share experiences with them and tell them that like it's like you should be doing this like too. It's all worth it.
Those experiences put the reality right in your face that you're a role model, that people want to be like you, that people want to be where you're at, they want to achieve what you've achieved. What's that like? What's that been like for you to have the reality right in your face that there are little girls that look up to you?
It's very bittersweet. I mean, for me to be like an example like that for younger girls, it's very heartwarming. I'm so glad that they can look up to me. I hope I'm setting like a good example for them, and I hope I can show them what it's like to play a sport that you love.
When they come up to you and they ask for advice on, what it takes to get to where you're at and what are some of the key things to do, what kind of advice do you give out?
Kind of just to have fun. Don't go too deep into your game. I mean, you get a bunch of chances, and softball is a game of failure. So you just have to believe in yourself and have the confidence.
Softball is a game of failure, which means the mental strength of a softball player has to be way up there. I know we've asked you this before, but as you've grown and as you've gotten even more and more mature, how do you think your mental game has grown? The ability to handle the games where you don't go 4 for 4 and still stay confident at the plate.
I think I've definitely grown. I remember like obviously like getting upset after one at bat, but you do have a bunch of chances, and you also can lean on your team. Like there's 8 other people in the lineup, so one bad mistake isn't gonna make or break.
You're wearing the YSU hoodie. Last year we had you on to talk about that decision and what led to it, and now you're just a couple of months away from starting your journey as a Penguin. Now that it's closer, what kind of things excite you about softball at the next level and to be able to call yourself a Penguin once you graduate from Champion?
I'm really excited. I mean, I feel like I've been like committed for so long, so to like think that it's actually like almost here and I'm gonna be able to play college ball, it's it's like almost like surprising, but like I'm excited for like the change and to see how different it is.
What's it been like being committed for so long? It feels like we've been waiting for a while to see Bella Myers, a Penguin, and it's closer and closer now. So, do you feel the anticipation growing as the reality of college softball gets closer?
Yeah, 100%. It's a lot of like weight off my shoulders. I don't have to worry about like all the recruitment and stuff.
We were there in the fall for your signing day. So I'm wondering when that pen hit the paper and it was a reality, you weren't just committed anymore, you were officially signed to YSU. What was that moment like for you?
Um, it felt like a big relief, but also like I was so proud of myself because I know my younger self like wanted this and like knew I could do it. And seeing everyone there supporting me, it felt really nice. And I appreciate all the love and support I've gotten over the past years.
Obviously, going from high school up to D1 softball is a big step up in the ladder. What are you most excited about the next part of that competition and trying to test yourself even more when you get to YSU?
Well, definitely just to meet new people, meet my new coaches. Definitely all the conditioning is probably going to be a big change. But it's definitely going to challenge myself, and I might explore new positions and try new things out with the sport.
Have you been talking to any players on the roster now, or any players that that play college softball about kind of the time management and the things that it takes to be a college softball player and how different it is for a college softball player compared to a high school?
I've talked with Sophie because figuring out all the rooming and stuff, but she she loves it there. She says it's the best time of her life. So I think that's kind of giving me hope for it.
Gonna be a teammate with a former Flash herself, with Sophie Howe. Would love to see it. Bella, when we talk about softball and all that you've been able to accomplish, can you pin a couple of things that you're the most proud of so far in your career that you've been able to accomplish at Champion?
I think just of the way I presented myself to younger athletes, the way I've grown from my freshman self to now, and kind of just the relationships I built around it.
Want to talk about Coach Weaver because you guys were a part of her 500th career victory, and before the season began, she was also named in the Hall of Fame, so she's a Hall of Fame coach now. To be a part of her journey, to be the one of the team that got her their 500 win, what does that mean to you, and what has she meant to you in your career?
Yeah, she's always been a coach that wants the best for you. She definitely pushes you and wants to see you succeed. She has never doubted any of us and kind of just wants us to see what we like, kind of like get what we deserve. She has like honestly been a big impact on my high school career, and I'm glad I got to experience it with her.
So this is our last player profile with you. So we have to hit some rapid fire questions to get to know you a little bit more off the field. The first one I have for you, it's kind of a social media trend on softball right now, where you see the teams go in a line and they all pitch, and you have to guess who their pitcher is. If Champion did that, who is a non-pitcher that you think could sell being a pitcher really well to make that choice hard for the social media viewers to decide who's the pitcher on the team?
Well, I mean, I used to pitch, so I feel like I could sell it real well, but I also feel like maybe maybe Zoe Palette, our freshman, I feel like she could probably sell it pretty well.
Everyone knows you're a shortstop, but if you could play any other position right now, like if tomorrow Sarah Weaver said, "Hey, anywhere but shortstop, you can go," where would you want to try to throw your hat into the ring at?
Probably center. I used to play. I would not really used to, but like I played there, and I like it. I think I like being in the outfield. It's enjoyable, and you kind of get to make big plays if there's a ball out there.
You got new uniforms. What's your favorite uniform combo so far in your career?
Definitely the pinstripes. We have worn those, I think, 4 out of our 5 games. So,
Purple pinstripes. It's nothing better than that. What's your walk-up song?
we don't do walk-up songs. So,
But what would it be? Like if you had a walk-up song, what would it be?
probably something from Drake. I don't know.
Because you're gonna have to start thinking about that because you're gonna have one.
Yeah.
As a penguin, it's gonna be a decision. What about like a hype song that you have that you can listen to before the game to get you in that competitive mindset?
Well, our team likes to listen to Carnival, so that kind of gets us going.
All right, if you could have one dugout snack for the rest of your career, and it's the only snack you could have, what would it be?
It would be goldfish. I live off goldfish. That's literally my favorite snack.
The original goldfish, or do you have a favorite like the flavors they come out with?
Rainbow.
Rainbow goldfish. All right.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about the relationship between you and your glove because we know it's in the infielders, especially. It's a strong one. So, do you have a special relationship with your glove? How far do you take the glove, and how much do you take care of it?
Well, I make sure it's never flat, and every time I put it in my bag, there's a ball in it. And when I used to travel for travel softball and we would go on the plane, I would make sure I'm carrying my glove so it's not getting smashed.
So, what year are you on with the current glove that you use?
I think like year 2. Like I just got it.
All right. So, are you someone that does not allow someone else to use their glove, or are you kind of open the space where if you need a glove, you can use mine?
Um, uh, I didn't honestly probably wouldn't let them use my glove just because I would be too scared something would
Right.
happen to it.
No, we can't do it. We're gonna ask you the same question about your bat because obviously, you know the bat in your offense is a big part of your game as well. Do you take good care of your bat? Or are you someone that tries to, have a relationship with that bat so it does you well on the field? How far do you take superstitions with the bat?
Well, I when we warm up, we hit these heavy balls, so I use a different bat, like an old bat that I don't even use during the game. My actual bat that I bat with, I still would say I take good care of it. I try not and hit my like metal cleats with it because I don't want marks to get into it. Um, it kind of like makes me anxious like when I throw my bat after a hit or if someone is like giving my bat to someone else so it doesn't like get thrown. I say I'm very like uptight about that stuff.
What's your bat of choice? There's a lot of bats out there. Some people like some things, some people like others. What's the go-to bat for you?
I would say a ghost, but I used to never swing them because I just didn't like them. But YSU does swing ghosts, so I got one my junior year and try to get used to it, and now I actually like it. So that's what I usually hit with.
All right, so the last rapid fire question is gotta have your softball ick. What are some icks that you have that you see on the softball field that just give you that cringe?
So this is like a personal thing. So when like a strike goes by and they like shake their head and they're just like, yeah, like that just makes me like icked out because they're like, yeah, that was a strike, but then like you should have swung at it or at least attempted
So you
to
knew
at
it was
least
a
hit it.
strike, but
Yeah, but like you didn't do anything about it.
yeah, good call up. Let's give you the chance to also thank your support system. We do this with all of our profiles, as you know, you've done it before. I'm gonna give you the time to take the limelight off yourself one last time in your high school career and shine it on the people that are right behind you.
To all my coaches, teammates, friends, family, my mom and dad for sacrificing everything for me to be in this position. Champion, of course, just the administration and the school for allowing champion softball to be great as it can be, and everyone who has supported me in the past 4 years. I couldn't have been here without all of them.
All right, Bella, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck the rest of your senior season, and we can't wait to talk to you real soon.
Thank you so much.